Hey friends, Dave here with Transfer Express, and with the new year here, there is no better time to start your own t-shirt business, grow your hobby, side hustle, or passion into a full-time job. So to kick us off right here in 2025, we are going to dive into 5 quick tips that you could put into practice that are going to be sure to build your business or brand. Now we are going to share 5 high impact and actionable strategies that have helped other apparel decorators build their businesses, from finding your audience to leveraging trending decorations, organic marketing and sales strategies, and of course, we do have to touch on easy ways that you could improve your efficiency and help your business stand out. Now, I guarantee you're going to be able to take away at least one thing from this video and put it into practice almost immediately to benefit you and your brand. Now, 2025 is your year. And here at Transfer Express, we are in your corner every step of the way. In addition to custom heat transfers, heat presses, and blank apparel on our website, we do so much more to help your business succeed. From the free Easy View Online Designer to helpful ebooks, trend guides, and even small business success tips just like this video. So let's kick off your first steps into a very successful 2025. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Starting right off the top, the first tip here is going to be the most important, and that is finding a niche and running with it. Finding your audience makes all of your other efforts far more directed, relevant, and at the end of the day, successful. Now, you don't even have to look too far. You could start by leveraging your own passions, hobbies, or interests. Reflect on what you are passionate about, right? So for example, do you love sports, pop culture, or just books? Aligning your business with your personal interest is, number 1, going to help keep you motivated, and number 2, help you be authentic, especially with any social media content or advertising that you may be doing down the road, but more on that in just a minute. Now, by finding a niche with something that you already know, you are already one step closer to becoming an expert, because you can focus on what the audience values. So, an example I like to use is my father-in-law, right? Retiring from the construction trades after a full career on the job site, he knows what's important to the construction workers and their bosses. Things like moisture-wicking apparel for those hot days, reflective zones, or high visibility requirements for safety on site, right? Of course, all the way down to costs and, hey, we need t-shirts that are easily replaceable because they get ripped, torn, and just soiled very easily on something like a job site, right? Now, he could already leverage the relationships he's built outside of the decorating industry in his career for success with selling custom apparel. Those little bonuses of knowing workers like to collect stickers on hard hats could be a big value add too. But you see, there is a lot of value not looking too far from what you already know. Say you're in a book club or a member with a local library, right? Even just suggesting tote bags to carry books and go along with those cozy hoodies that you're printing are a great addition too. But again, a little bit more in depth on that later. Okay, have a niche in mind, but you aren't necessarily an expert? No worries. There are free online tools that you could use to do the research so you could become an expert. Now, using AI to do market research is incredibly easy. ChatGPT is free and you could ask it any question, right? Or you could just go start looking at Google Trends, Pinterest maybe, or even stuff like Instagram hashtags could help you identify those emerging demands for your niche or your audience, right? So after you research, you're likely to come across needs, but also you'll probably find some pain points or the icks that your audience has. And this is where you really build value in your services and stand out. Now, there is a wide world of clothing brands and print shops out there. So why would somebody choose you? It's easy to pick something that's important to them if it's that quick turn time, maybe a wide range of options, or your guidance and expert suggestions for those apparel options, right? You need to speak directly to your potential customers in your target demographic to understand their needs and capitalize on it. Now, of course, you're going to want to ensure that there's profitability in your chosen market too. This is important. Say you choose something just like surfers in your local area, right? Sure, There might be a couple thousand actual surfers, but you're unlikely to sell to every single one of them. So let's just say there's something like 2,000 people in your target audience, so surfers in your local area, right? At a modest 10% conversion rate, at best, you have 200 customers. So is that enough? Maybe to get started, but we're gonna need to expand that sometime, right? Or would it be more beneficial to start and also incorporate maybe beach lovers or more water-based leisure activities, the boaters or something, right? To ensure a more profitable audience just to get started or to expand to, right? These are all just things that you should consider when identifying your niche. Now remember, you could always pivot or expand anytime down the road. But to really maximize your efforts and your time, it's best to speak directly to your target audience and not just everyone. Now, I got into the printing industry printing merch for my band. I knew what our fans like to buy at shows, right? And the styles that were popular and also affordable because we didn't have a lot of money, and we wanted to maximize our profits. Turns out that's what every other band wants to do too. And I will say, playing shows, other bands took note, asking, hey, where'd you guys get your shirts printed? And it quickly turned into printing more shirts than just for my band. We were printing for a whole bunch of other bands then too. So then we started doing banners and stickers and even drumhead graphics that gained even more attention from other musicians with the solutions that helped them succeed. So we started building value in so much more than just the custom printed apparel that they wouldn't even consider going anywhere else. They always just came right back to me. Now with audiences and niches covered, the next tip here is going to be using the trending print locations, techniques, and finishes that are relevant to your audience. So say you're doing spirit wear or cheer, probably gonna need something a little sparkly or glittery, right? You're doing those bulk runs in limited color for those budget-minded construction customers like our example before. Choosing something more like a goof-proof screen printed transfer is going to maximize your spend and amplify your profits over, say, Ultracolor Max direct-to-film printing when you're printing for the whole construction crew of 300 with just a single color piece of artwork, right? So knowing what print locations to use is important too. So that same exact example for the construction company, having information as a large back print is important for visibility. So their back is more visible than their fronts when they're pulling all of that electrical cable in that new building, right? Now getting samples is a great way to understand all of the different printing options you could use with just a heat press. To show off maybe some specialty effects like those reflective prints or something glow in the dark, right? Puff for that dimensional raised effect, or maybe just high detail, full color designs like Ultracolor Max direct-to-film transfers are capable of. Now samples are also going to help your customers trust in your quality, right? And with those DTF transfers, you could order just one. So that's gonna create a custom sample or prototype that's going to help convert those sales a little bit easier. Now, regardless of small orders or big orders, there's a heat transfer that you could use that's going to ensure that you could price your services competitively and still maximize your profit. Now, next up, of course, is embracing social media for organic advertising. Now, social media is more important than it ever has been before. And if you're not posting about your business, you're missing out. I know a lot of us aren't necessarily the social media pros, and you really don't have to be. Be authentic and your audience is going to find you. And even if you're shy about being on camera, you could always just snap photos of your finished products and just talk about them on a short little video or something, right? Now, the main thing here that I want to focus on is that you need to show what you do. If you're not showing or telling people about what you do, how are they ever going to know? So it's easy to find those prospective customers in your audience using social media too. So all you have to do is, number one, find the platform your audience is on. This is a good question for ChatGPT, right? If you don't already engage with a community on any social media platform. Now, like construction companies or the local businesses around you, if that's what you want to go for, maybe we head over to LinkedIn or Instagram, right? For like those restaurants where those business owners are going to be. Now, maybe you're going for more of a community-centric approach. Facebook could absolutely be your go-to. Just look at the demographic and find your audience. Now, a great strategy too is to comment on other posts in your niche or your target audience. Offer advice or your expertise, participate in discussions, and your following and your visibility of your services and businesses will grow along with it. Now, I do want to say, nobody is great when they just start, right? So that's okay. We're just gonna get that out of the way. But the pro tip here is to just be consistent and keep going. So find a schedule that works for you and post. Maybe it's 1, 2, 3 times a week to start. That's fine. Share your work, show the behind the scenes of you printing, or maybe spotlight one of your customers if you're going for that local audience, right? People love to see that. And there's 3 content ideas right there that you can put into action right now today. And the best thing about all of this is that there is no cost. It's free on social media. All you need to invest is just a little bit of your time. Now, I know I mentioned it before, but upselling is going to be our next official tip here. Now, while getting new customers is awesome and a great way to grow your business, it could be time-consuming or expensive to go and attract all of those new customers. So try to sell more to the customers you have already. So maintaining those relationships and staying top of mind is important. But if you could add on, say, those 50 tote bags to the 50 hoodies you're already printing, like our example earlier from the library, that really pads your revenue and your profit from one customer. Now, our last tip here today is going to be finding the tools that makes everything you do quicker and easier. Now, there are a ton of these out there for a variety of different business needs. The automation in online stores, say with a company like Fulfill Engine, right? Or even if you just want to use Shopify. But I do want to say things like EasyView Online Designer, it makes creating custom t-shirt artwork easy and effortless for just about anyone, regardless of your experience with Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator or any graphic design tools. Now, free design services could be a huge differentiator for you that could help you stand out against your competition. And EasyView Online Designer is your secret weapon. It's also completely free. Now, I will say, if you are spending hours on design, you absolutely should be charging accordingly for it. Time is money in any industry, and especially in the printing industry. But say with the catalog of trending, customizable layouts and new designs being added every single week, these pre-made designs in clip art, you're going to have t-shirt artwork ready to go in typically just minutes. So couple that with a mock-up tool right in this software too, you could go from an idea to a mock-up to your customer in minutes. You'll even be able to get a quote and save the job for later so you could order when your customer says, absolutely, here, invoice paid, let's get this going. And there's no expense needed, of course, until you need to order the transfers. Now, I did also want to mention, as a small business, side hustler, serious hobbyist, every decision you make builds your foundation for success. And one of the biggest keys to growth is quality, right? So your customers are going to remember the feel of a premium t-shirt, the vibrancy of a print, the colors in their design, and yes, even the hand feel of the print. So the confidence of wearing something that lasts is going to stick with your customers, right? So here, when you're growing your business and taking it from that hobby or that side hustle to a real business, skimping for the cheapest transfers or maybe cutting corners to save a few dollars now might actually cost you in the long run. Poor quality means returns, refunds, and, well, lost trust with your customers. And those are things that are going to stunt your growth. So investing in reliable, professional-grade equipment, right, and heat transfers is going to set you apart and put you up there with other businesses that have been doing this for a long time, right? They're not using an iron to make their t-shirts. It's a great place to start, but to be taken seriously, some little upgrades to equipment might be needed. Now, of course, this is going to help you earn customer loyalty. It's so much easier to have those customers just keep coming back and ordering from you than always having to go out and get new customers. And it's also going to make you the absolute go-to business, the authority for your target market and your niche. Now, quality isn't just a product, it is your reputation. When you prioritize quality, you're going to build a business set up for success that's going to last. 2025 is the year to stand out deliver excellence, and grow your business beyond your expectations. So are you ready? Of course you are. You're still here, right? You're fired up, ready to go. This is the year that you turn your dreams into action. Whether you are running a small business, growing that side hustle, or leveling up your hobby, remember this. You have what it takes. The world and your customers need your creativity, your grit, your passion, and your unique vision. You got this. Of course, challenges are going to come, but they are just the stepping stones to your growth. Stay focused, embrace the new tools, embrace the success, and don't be afraid to stand out. Now, of course, any success is built one decision, one project, and one customer at a time. Now, just by taking those small steps consistently, come this time next year, you're gonna look back and see just how far you've come. And I hope you come back to this video and let us know. I'm gonna be checking in on all you guys a year from now, right? So believe in yourself, you have to trust the process, and just keep pushing forward. 2025 is the year you rise, right? Let's make it happen. But be sure to subscribe right here to the Transfer Express YouTube page. All of the tips, tricks, inspiration, and education that we're dropping every single week here in 2025. Be sure to check out transferexpress.com for all of the heat transfers, heat presses, blank apparel, and help with growing your new brand. But until next time, I'm Dave. Happy pressing.